So part 3, again, if this is released, always getting in the way, but this is who I am. This is who I am at this moment in my life. I'm going to check the ayahuasca retreat which I've found. I'm going to check their ceremonies, and then I can better explain how the ceremonies look. So I'm not going to name the ceremony that I have located and previously messaged, but perhaps I may name them in the future. They're based in the Netherlands and Spain. So I'm going to click on experiences. Which is probably not the best one. Healing ceremonies. Ayahuasca. I'm going to briefly read some of their information. So what is ayahuasca? Ayahuasca, also known as the medicine, the vine and the mother, is a herbal tea that has been used for medical and spiritual purposes by various Amazonian tribes for at least 4,500 years. Ayahuasca tea can be prepared in different ways. It is an entheogenic remedy. I don't know what entheogenic means, meaning it puts you in touch with your own soul. The active ingredients in the tea are DMT, and it gives the abbreviation N,N-dimethyltryptamine, also known as the spirit molecule, and MAO inhibitors, monoamine oxidase inhibitors. Thanks to the unique combination of ingredients, this medical tea has amazing and spiritual medicinal effects. Ayahuasca actually affects the central nervous system, leading to an altered state of consciousness that can include mystical, transcendental experiences. In addition, the tea purifies your physical body, mind, and spiritual connections. So there's much more information. It says, find your true self and become free again. Ayahuasca is the master teacher plant. Okay, so I'm going to they have 3-day retreats and 5-day retreats. So the 5-day retreat is made up of 3 ayahuasca ceremonies and lots of other additions, such as 3 rapé, which is the same spelling as rape, but the E has the French apostrophe on the top. I think it's called rapé. 3 rapé sessions, which is tobacco, guidance, vegetarian meals, comfortable accommodation, reflection, integration, meditation and yoga, breath work, etc., etc. So yeah, I suppose if you've got money and you really want to heal and you're in a psychologically well enough space, you would go for a 5-day retreat, which aside of any healing tobacco, it's the ayahuasca which you're going for. That's 3 ceremonies, which, to the best of my knowledge, you have 3 ceremonies with the tea as part of a group. If you've booked the group sessions, I think if you can book solo sessions, which will be even more money, but I think group sessions are quite popular, and you can find lots of documentaries and vlogs of people's ayahuasca experiences, and I'm guessing most people go for a group session. If my memory serves me correctly, a teacher who I did a Kali meditation course with in India, Marina, I always doubt myself so much. She went for us. She had private ayahuasca sessions. So yeah, the 5-day retreat is made up of 3 ayahuasca ceremonies, and then the 3-day retreat is made up of 2 ayahuasca ceremonies. 5 days is approximately €1,300, and 3 days is approximately €850. Comes in at exactly €845. Then prices for a single ceremony, which I might have to backtrack what I said on my previous video about them not being worth the while. For me, a single ceremony is €275 as part of a group, or €475 as a private ceremony. But I think from the information I've read, like, going for a single ceremony is sometimes a waste, because you don't... I've heard people saying that they just didn't get the connection. That they didn't get the connection, you know, from one brew, from one ceremony with ayahuasca. So I think if you've got trauma, or for me, I would probably try to put myself in a position where I'm having more than one ceremony, because I'm so passionate about healing. I've been through so much trauma, and obviously if you go for a ceremony, you're going to have to pay for your transport, so you have to obviously fly to Holland or Spain and any other transport, any hotels, because if you're getting a single ceremony, then you're going to have to find your own accommodation. Whereas that's probably one of the benefits with the group and the longer retreats. You have accommodation. Yeah, looking at the pricing, I could, if I had the money, I could just get two ceremonies and sort of undercut the group offer by just being happy with 2 ceremonies. But for the price of 2 single ceremonies, coming in at just under €600, you may as well pay an extra approximately €250 to have the ceremonies as part of 2 ceremonies as part of a 3-day retreat, with the rapid tobacco, the accommodation and the meals, and it's the experience. So I'm talking. I talk a lot. I think who I am spiritually I could connect with a single session and it be a positive for me. Paying €275 and just having one ceremony with the medicine, just to see how I connect with it, and being gentle with myself, because I obviously have a lot of trauma. I've been through many painful healing cycles in my life, and perhaps I'll pay for one ceremony, one connection with the medicine, and I won't get such a profound connection, a profound healing, a profound insight, but I've gently allowed myself to connect with the medicine, and it puts me in a strong position for future ceremonies. I know what to expect now with ayahuasca, so it doesn't have to be a bad thing, a single ceremony, and perhaps it's a good option for me, depending on what budget I have and what sort of state of mind I'm in when ayahuasca is a viable option in my life. And then if I'm, say for example, money was no issue, if I'm accepted for, I'm just going to use a boundary, the financial support I'm applying for, and my connections with the healthcare services over the last 3 months, and months previously, all of this is part of me healing, hopefully getting the correct diagnoses of CPTSD. I believe I'm autistic, so having a neurodiversity assessment, and hopefully getting an autism diagnosis and being correct with my understanding of who I am. Intrusive thoughts. This horrible, painful healing period of my life will hopefully, another word the network liked, it's hopefully part of me becoming a strong, embodied human, is like a self-actualized person who's expressing myself,